I think I associate with the genre of dubstep because of, I think, the club scene, the dancing, and the funky sort of upbeat music.
I'd associate it with like dubstep, obviously because of the soundtrack, but also the sort of way that the character was dancing in the video sort of aided that.
Definitely dance, kind of dubstep thing, because kind of within the music video there's a lot of dancing anyway, so it kind of it suggests to you that it's very much a dance kind of video. The music itself was enough to kind of make you think that, but the video as well kind of contained a lot of dance, and then the club scene as well, which makes you think that it would be played in clubs and places like that.
I'd say it's dubstep or dance music or something like that because of the effects that are being used when editing and stuff like that. I pretty much like all of it, just the only part is when it's supposed to be FaceTime and you can't see the other person's face, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference.
I like the use of different effects and stuff like that, like the different lighting, and then the kind of fade in and fade outs, and then the kind of the overlapping of shots as well. That was really good. And I think the only thing I didn't really like about it was the bit when she's talking on the phone. You can't really see too much that's going on there. So just kind of, if that's improved, it would be a lot better.
I like the club scene in the music video. I like the actual music, and I like the way you sort of portray different methods of communication over time. So, like in the 60s, people mainly communicate via letter, and you can see that in the music video. And then in the 80s, you can see that it was like new age technology, so computers came and laptops, and you can also see that in the music video. And and then you move on later to present time. And there's like the new creation of iPhones and FaceTime, and you can also see that in the music video. What I don't like is the fact that you can't see who she's having FaceTime with.
I like the transition between the two times in the music. So like in the beginning of the film where it was sort of set in like the 60s, and then there was the bit in the middle with both of the characters in, or the girl in the 60s and the 80s. That was my favourite part. I really like that. Oh yeah, I did. It was very clear to me that it started off in the 60s and had a transition into the 80s.
Yeah, I understood the skips in kind of technology and stuff like that, like the different places in time. So the first bit was obviously the oldest, it was in black and white, and the next one, because of obviously costume, hair and stuff like that, and then the one after that with costume and hair as well, so it was very clear what was going on.
Yeah, pretty much about how because you used the storyline from the previous video and then put your own spin on it, as in showing how technologies have changed and how you now communicate with each other and keep in touch.
Basically, the narrative is about a girl who's waiting for communication from her boyfriend. So I think what you've done is you portrayed it in sort of 3 eras. So in the 60s, she's waiting for communication from her boyfriend via letter. In the 80s, she's waiting for communication via computer and laptop. And then present time, she meets him at a club, and she's waiting to hear from him via the iPhone using FaceTime. And I think in terms of costume, you also, in the 60s, she's wearing quite traditional sort of clothing. Not traditional, but sort of old clothing. And then in the 80s and present time, she's wearing more modern, funky clothing. And then also in the shot where there's sort of 2 versions of her in the same shot, I think that's quite good because it sort of brings the whole piece together. So yeah, I do understand the narrative.
Because of the way the characters were dressed in the black and white in the beginning, and then it turned into like real time with the way she was dressed with like this sort of shirt. It was sort of like a funky shirt and stuff like that. And when she cut her hair, that was also an indication.
Yeah, they were very effective because it kind of you could really kind of look at it, and then you see the genre with it as well. So like the new technologies used within the music, and then you can actually see that within the video as well. So like I said before, like stuff like lighting and just the overlapping with the different shots was very good.
I think the effects were like what made it so good, like, and what made it obviously a dubstep video.
I thought the effects were really good with like the colouring, like the black and white in the beginning, like I said, and then in the transition it was sort of like a red light, which was quite good. It showed it was quite like intimate. And then it obviously went into the real time, and then again did it go again into like the present time, and then also the sort of summary bit at the end with the overlap of the flashbacks, whatever. That was really good. It sort of rounded off the music video.
I think the use of costume was really good. The costumes were really fitting for the time period in which they were set in. So, if, for example, in the 60s, the costumes were very, sort of dark, sort of conservative, just sort of traditional, what I expect women in the 60s to wear. And then in present time, she's wearing quite modern clothing, like a big fur coat, short skirt and stuff. And I think, and it was adequate. I think it was really good at portraying the change in time and change in society, change in fashion.
The costume was really good. How it was like showing, because it made it a lot more obvious how it was going through the years, and sort of showing how even like the costumes change and the technology changes, how like just everything's changing. It's good.
Yeah, I thought the use of costume was really good because, like I said before, it's very clear about when the different times are. So obviously at the beginning she's wearing very, very old clothing, and in the middle she's wearing kind of that 60s kind of clothing with the shirt and then the hair and stuff like that. Then the new one, it's very much a modern kind of style that everyone wears today, basically. So it's very clear what's going on.
Yeah, I think in the beginning, the music video opens with like a shot of the original Postman music video. I think that was good there. I mean, you linked in the original with the remix version. I think also with the use of like technology, like we use letters and laptop computers and TVs and iPhones. I think that all brings it together, intertextuality in terms of the use of modern technology. So good use. Well done.
Yeah, there's definitely a good use because, I mean, first of all, the song itself is based on intertextual references because it's based on a different song. But obviously, with the TV at the beginning, it actually had the actual song in there, so you could relate to kind of different media texts.
Use of technology. In the beginning, it was like a letter, which was really good. And in the 60s, it was a letter. Then I think as it transacted, it turned into a email on the computer, and then it went into the FaceTime, which was really good. It showed the different times.
To be honest, there's nothing I would really change. Like, I think most of it's pretty good.
It was really good to watch. I think the whole music video is absolutely great. I mean, I loved it. It was really good to watch. I think you could have made the narrative just a bit more clearer. I mean, it was clear enough, but I think there's always something more you can do with the narrative structure. And also, when she's doing FaceTime with her boyfriend, I think you could have made that clearer because in the music video, you see her reflection on the iPhone. You don't actually see her talking to her boyfriend. I know that he's actually there, but in terms of like visuality, I couldn't really see him. So I think you could have made that clearer. But apart from that, it was really, really good.
Just really that bit with the phone, it wasn't that clear what was kind of going on. So maybe if that bit's just improved and maybe a bit more variety of shots and stuff like that. But other than that, it was very good.
I thought maybe the bit where she used the FaceTime, it sort of looked like a mirror at first, and I wasn't really sure that what she was using until I saw her start speaking, and then it became clear that she was on FaceTime.
All right, thanks.
It's all right, George.